No, I know.
Dr. Andrews, but I heard today that they are no longer considering the 3 credit course. I was speaking with Dr. Hughes from Parsons, faculty of Arts and Sciences, and he told me that it's no longer under consideration. Yeah, for the curriculum, he said that it's now not. Okay.
It's not considered for general education, we're going to
Yes. Okay.
which is a combination right now.
Yeah. Okay, because so I had a lengthy conversation today, and she was telling me how she was thinking about it.
There's a lot.
There's like a new. No, a proposal. But I just think.
But there is a proposal that's being
It's actually right now, same time.
That's so important for the data to know.
I was at town, I was yesterday. I just, the timing, so I had to use my nonsense.
Even if it wasn't it's okay. For students to
So like, that's what I heard. So like, when I was reading my Polish school, I was never invited to these things. I was invited as a I had to like, it's nice to be invited as a
Next year.
I'm going to call the election of officers meeting for 2024-2025 Student Community Government Parliament meeting to order. And now I will yield the floor to Secretary Gallego for roll call.
Thank you. Matthew Jakes.
Present.
Frank Costello.
Present.
Gianna Rose. Present. Fatia Obabi. Gianna Zalmonico.
Present.
Jennifer Gonzalez. Present. Sharon Brower.
Present.
Sonia Chatan. Present. Gianna Davis Oki. Nicolo De Carvalho.
Present.
Anna Duarte Spencer. Robert Gonzalez. Michael Henninger.
Present.
Amal Huda. Present. Alex Logan. Lydia Luther. Present. William Mejia Granados. Logan Narona. Joy Njoku. Clarissa Pires. Present. Teresa Prim Peterson. Present. Daniel Rosner. Daisy Santos. Present. Lindsay Futurolo. Tess Sullivan. Present. Cindy Kozel. Present. Ted Zito. Dr. Valerie Andrus. Present. And Arthur Patrick.
Present.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and I will now ask that we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'll ask that we please take a moment just to silence our phones and laptops. And I will yield the floor to President Jakes for presiding officer announcements.
That is, wait, sign.
Oh, I'm the presiding officer.
Yeah.
Okay. My announcements. This is my last Parliament meeting, so I will miss you all very much. I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate the time that we all take to be here every week, and it doesn't go unrecognized, it doesn't go unnoticed. You're making a difference here So we're going to go into an election, believe it or not. And the way that it's going to go is we're going to start with the president, move on to the vice president, then the secretary and the treasurer. Most of those are uncontested. You are more than welcome to write somebody in. I ask that you make sure, like we said before, during the first round of balloting to put the number 1 at that top corner or it will not be valid. Put the number 2 if it goes into the second round, 3rd, and 4th. I will continue to remind you that, like I said, it's very important. And then there's going to be a section for write-ins. If you are planning on writing somebody in, please make sure to use their full names. We have our nameplates right here. And feel free to, if you can't see, to get up close and personal to see the name, because we need that full name on the write-in. And then after all of the rounds of voting are done, we will, the magic number is 14. That's half of our possible voters plus 1. So in order to be elected, you need 14 votes. So if there is a position that has multiple people running, it's very likely that it will go into a second round. So we ask that you have a second speech prepared if possible, just in the off chance that it goes over. After that, we will adjourn the meeting, take a brief recess, and then go into our side-eye, which is the last part of the meeting of the semester. Are there any questions? We'll clarify things as we go along. If there are no questions, I'll move forward to the validation of proxies and leaves. So there are no proxy votes. That would be people voting without being here. And nobody did that this time around, so I will request motions to approve a couple leaves. So I would like to request a motion to approve an early leave from Mr. Arthur Patry, who has pressing matters. I didn't actually read this in email. I'm sure that it's a valid reason to leave early. First by Deputy Speaker Gonzalez, second by Representative Peterson. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passed. It's because I trust you, Arthur. I didn't even need to know the reason. I'm sure it's valid. Okay. Second, we have a couple, an early leave from Logan Nerona. He will be here shortly. Can I get a motion to approve an early leave for Logan Nerona? First by Representative Santos, second by Representative Huda. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passed. Alex Logan, she has a permanent late leave, so we don't need to, we already approved that in the past meeting, but I thought I would just say it because she will be here. And then a late leave from Robert Gonzalez, he is coming from a class. First by Representative Pires, second by Representative Sullivan. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Okay, now I will ask our current president rerunning, Matthew Jakes, to give his remarks. So please.
Thank you, Speaker Delmonico, and thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you. I guess,
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and esteemed members of Student Committee Government and my fellow students. I stand before you with gratitude and determination as I seek re-election as your Student Committee Government President. This past year has been transformative, and together we have achieved significant milestones. I'd like to extend a special shout out to my Executive Council, Frank, Gianna, Batia, and Jennifer. Each of these dedicated leaders have played a crucial role in our success and deserve our collective thanks for all their hard work and commitment. Thank you and thanks to your support and tireless efforts, all of you. Because of all of you, I have grown as a leader and a person. During my tenure, we have made impactful changes such as securing funding for graduate students and establishing a graduate committee. We modernized SCG policies, streamlined operations by hiring a financial assistant, and enhancing our budget process. Our relationships with student activities, college administration, and student organizations have strengthened, increasing our influence and visibility on campus as well. Despite challenges like the decision to no longer fund the cooperative preschool and improving student engagement, our collective resilience has prevailed. We navigated these obstacles advocating for student representation and enhancing our community's unity. Next year, my vision for SCG is both clear and ambitious. We are dedicated to elevating SCG's presence on campus, building a solid foundation that we have established this year and building on that. A key focus will be the full utilization of the newly formed graduate student committee that we formed in the spring semester that we haven't been able to fully utilize yet, but our goal will be to use that to cater to the needs of the students. We also are committed to deepening our relations with student organizations, student activities, the broader college community, the college administration. Our goal is to foster a strong sense of collaboration across campus. A major priority will be to better support our student body by ensuring their voices are heard and their concerns are promptly addressed. Additionally, SCG will take a proactive role in creating learning opportunities for developing student leaders, equipping them with the necessary skills and experiences for success. We will enhance support for our college-sponsored internships, providing our students with invaluable professional development opportunities through our RIC departmental internship fund. We will also be planning a concert right before next year's spring break. We'll be doing that alongside Vixen, programming, and several other organizations that are interested in jumping in on that. We will also ensure that the student voice is a decisive factor in addressing campus issues that impact our student community. Through these objectives, we are committed to advancing SCG's mission and maximizing its impact for the benefit of our entire college community. Why vote for me again? My leadership journey began in high school and has only deepened in college. As your current SCG president and a member of the RIC Council, I bring extensive experience. From my previous experience as SCG secretary to committee member to my active role in the Alpha Sigma Phi fraternity, I have proved my dedication to improving student life on campus. Leadership is not just a role, but is a duty to better our community. This commitment is my priority, surpassed only by my family and academic responsibilities. I am devoted to our goals, ready to empower others, and eager to incorporate different and new perspectives. If re-elected, I promise to remain a strong advocate for you all. Together, we will continue to drive our campus community towards growth and success. Thank you all for your continued support and dedication. Let's advance our journey and achieve even greater accomplishments, and let's finish what we started.
Thank you very much, President Jakes. Now I will ask 3 times if there are any write-in candidates that would like to speak at this time. You can write in somebody that doesn't speak, but if you would like to write yourself in and speak now, please let me know. Any write-ins? Any write-ins for president? Any write-ins for president? Okay, now I'll ask the elections officials, Michael Henninger and Will Dempsey, to pass out the ballots. Please rate the number 1. I'll split it up between you guys. I'll steal one for myself. Number 1 on the corners, guys. Then you can fold it in half and they'll come around to collect them. Robert, you can sit on the corner there. Just grab a name plate now. Okay. How do you collect them? What do you check? Did I?
Do you need a ballot, Robert?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a ballot for Robert?
Almost invaluable. The only internal student community government vote was for what they call seconds. And that was it.
I guess I should ask somebody.
There was a speech night and then it kicked off. And it was, you could do all that.
Yeah.
BRB. Jennifer's in charge.
Let's have a riot.
Go mad. Don't get mad.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, can you find out what that, the other is,
No, it's fine.
they're old posts. You're not supposed to do that.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Having received the unanimous majority of 18 votes cast, Matthew Jakes is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of President for a term of 1 year, beginning June 1st, 2024. Very good. Okay. Now, I will yield the floor to Vice President Costello for remarks for the candidates for Vice President. Yeah. You all wrote number 1 on the first ballot. Thank you.
All set?
Would you like the clipboard to pretend that you've prepared something?
Pretend you're prepared? Alright, yes, I'm definitely memorized. Well, hello everyone, thank you for being here tonight. This year, it's been my privilege and honor to be your vice president. And it's not a role that I took lightly. It was something that I really put my passion into and my time into, and I now realize, now how much time it really takes. I spend, like many of us, we spend so much time in the office after hours or on the weekends from home, working on different projects that we can do for the benefit of the student body, and it's something that I took really seriously, especially as someone that doesn't do many things. Many of you that know me will know that I like to do very few things, but do them at the best of my ability. And that's definitely something that I've been prioritizing SCG for this year, because I see it as one of the best opportunities that are offered at Rhode Island College, a school of so much opportunity that unfortunately sometimes isn't fully taken advantage of. But I've taken advantage of this opportunity, and I've been able to reach so many students through this role, and I can see that it actually makes an impact, and that's why it means to me. That's why it matters to me. That's why I keep doing it, and I keep going even though when it's hard. All of us on the executive council continue on because we have grit, because we can see that it means something and it's valuable. And now that I've had the opportunity to do it for a year, I can see that first now I'm qualified to be the vice president. I've learned how to do the job. I've learned how to do something well, what to try, what not to try, how to market SCG, and that's why I'd like to run for this position again and ask for your vote as the vice president for the 2024 and 2025 year. I think that the role of vice president, although could be considered secondary to the role of president, which is incredibly important, I think that the really unique thing that draws me to being the vice president is that I genuinely think that the vice president has the biggest potential to reach students and to spread the message. And I've been trying really hard to do that with also with my elections commission and the public relations commission, just trying to find initiatives that are gonna work, like the Dell's Lemonade. Because at first we were thinking, how are people gonna join SCG? But then I realized it's not about trying to get people to join SCG. It's about showing the student body why SCG should mean to them, like matter to them, and what it means that we're here representing students every day. So even though we went through difficult times and we had difficulty with public relations in the beginning of this year, we had a massive 50th anniversary event that required a lot of a collaboration of a lot of our time to do that. But through all of that, we kept going, I kept going, and it only further instilled the pride that I have to be a vice president. And that's basically, I hope to get your vote to do this again another year. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Costello. Are there any write-ins for Vice President? Are there any write-ins for Vice President? Anybody want to write in for Vice President? No? Okay. I'll ask the election officials to come back up. Please write number 1 again. And again, you can feel free to write in any names. I'm going to say one, sorry.
Right, so, right, yeah, I agree.
Are you guys on?
Yeah.
You're going?
You did, okay.
Yeah. It's good.
You didn't get an updated one?
I think so.
We last week did updates. No, I just wanted to say.
One that I sent out to the executive committee.
Because we had it last Wednesday, actually.
It was right after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making sure.
It's good. It's the first time we've ever had a focus on it. Because I finished it and it went, there's no more pages.
And what we originally had was this, and then we put on this one, then
Yeah. That was nice. That was nice.
nice, right.
This is very impressive. It is.
Everyone, we do have those lemonade.
It's something else. Let's try over there.
So that's the desire. And so you're using it for
You're the trendsetter. People will follow.
to flow out. We've all been working on this. This is number 2. And I think the big question is not.
Sorry.
And so,
It's after it's intended.
our candidates. So, keep it.
Having received the unanimous majority of 18 votes cast, Frank Costello is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of Vice President. Congratulations, President Costello. I'll now yield the floor to Secretary Gianna Rose for her candidates, for her remarks for Secretary.
Good evening, everyone. I stand before you all today seeking re-election for my secretary position. Before I begin, I want to thank everyone for such an amazing year. This has been the best year I've ever had at Rick, and majority of it is thanks to you guys, so thank you for a great year. All the accomplishments, struggles, mistakes, friendships, and accolades lead to one thing: the spirit of what it means to lead. Working with so many diverse groups of motivated and passionate people was not only inspiring, but it helped me as a person. So before I get into the speech, I just want to say a couple of thank yous. So, let me begin. I want to thank all the student organizations for their hard work, and I would also like to thank members of the Student Organizations Committee, past and present, for all of your hard work and dedication to the committee. You guys are the socks to my shoes. Thank you, Matthew, Frank, Fatia, Gianna, and Jennifer, for supporting me and for being some of the best colleagues and friends that I've ever had. It has been an amazing year working with you guys. And thank you to Amanda Alfano, I'm pointing to the camera. Thank you to Amanda Alfano for making this year incredible. Your mentorship, guidance, and expertise has not only helped me, but it's helped all student organizations. Orly Juarez, my dear student organizations coordinator, I owe the biggest thanks to you. Let me tell you, she's helped me in so many ways, aside from a holiday party, Storgies, constitutions. I consider it an honor to know Orly, and she's a very, very bright soul on a very bright path in life. And she's definitely one to watch. So keep on the lookout for Orly. Now let's get on to the speech. Under my term as secretary, I've either revived or started more than 10 organizations on campus. I've had a very successful holiday party, and we're gonna have a very successful Storgies on Friday. And I'm ecstatic to announce that one of the organizations that I've revived, the Karate Club, they're going to be doing a demonstration during the event, so it's going to be a fun play. It's good to get orgs involved. Woo. But if I went on about my love of the people in the student organizations, then we'd be here all night, like we're already going to be. So I'm just going to sum it up. Student organizations are the backbone of Rhode Island College. They bring student-centered community, social responsibility, diversity, leadership, and they allow students to explore their interests and cultures. Without these student organizations, people wouldn't be able to create these communities, especially one that we have right here now that I'm looking at. It is crucial that Rhode Island College and student community government keep nurturing this sentiment. When I go to events and see all the happy faces, it makes everything worthwhile. And I'm so proud of student leaders for making this possible. Now, I would like to get into what I would like to accomplish next year if I have the honor of re-election. First, I would like to continue to form bonds with organizations and be of more assistance to them. I would like to rework the model constitution so the organizations have an easier way of understanding it. I would like to emphasize the importance of these constitutions and encourage organizations to review them at least once a semester. I would like to get organizations more involved with the Storgies. We have Buxin, DJing the event, and then we have Karate Club's demonstration, so we're already on the up and up in that area. And I would like to help make processes easier for organizations, such as helping rework rec rooms, because I know that can be something. So we'll see what we can do about it. And I would like to do semi-regular check-ins with organizations to make sure everything is going smooth. I want to be a tool for organizations, not your guys' mother, hence why semi-regular check-ins can work. So those were some ideas that I have, but I would like to talk to organizations personally to see what they want and need from me. So now that you know some of my goals and my term statistics, hopefully you'll have a better insight as to why I am the right person to be your secretary once more. Thank you, Student Parliament, Mr. Ted Zito, Ms. Cindy Kozel, Dr. Valerie Endres, Dr. Yuri No, Laura Gallego, Mr. Arthur Patry, and Joan Barden for all the support they've given me and help that they've given along the way. Thank you to those that believe in me and believe in what I can bring to the table. If there are any write-ins, I wish you best of luck and thank you all for your time.
Are there any write-ins? Thank you, Secretary Rose. Are there any write-ins? Are there any write-ins? All right, elections officials. Write that number 1 at the top, guys. Please don't forget.
We need to do it, because you're just like, ask her.
Did everybody get a ballot?
Not the big huge ones? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
It should be sensitive.
Take your word.
Definitely won't be the grab.
Everyone turning their ballot?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Exercise. Right now, every speech.
I think they're students, and so that's why yeah, I was gonna say it's better than last year, but fewer families,
Having received the unanimous majority of 18 votes cast, Gianna Rose is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of Secretary. Congratulations, Ms. Rose. I will yield the floor to Treasurer Fatia Obami for her remarks for her Kate of the Secret Treasurer. Nice and loud, Ms. Obami.
Very loud.
Hello everyone. Is that loud enough?
Louder.
Hello everyone.
Yeah.
I am Fatia Babi. I would like to request your vote for another re-election to be the treasurer again this year. I've been a treasurer for over 2 years, and I'd like to enter my third and final year to my graduate. I have my accomplishment. I was the treasurer that made it easier for the college to understand the way it works. I was here when we had a fight with college, and I'm here when we finished the fight with college. college, I had no idea what was going on. So I had to learn the entire funding policy in one day, and then the body hearing the next day. Those of you who have been a part of body hearing, I had to do that on my first week of treasurer. So, then the following year, still at $500, we also tried to build up SCG, and hopefully we will build up SCG. We passed on policies this year, including the funding policy, and also changing the numbers, the line item, the numbers of our accounts to the national standards. And I would like to be the treasurer next year for two things: to have a wonderful year, a peaceful year, and also to continue helping us get open students. I love being a treasurer because I love numbers, and I also love interactive students. And I also love interactive students. I also love being the CFO of an organization. It's really fun. And another reason I'd like to be elected to be treasurer is also is a way for me to offer my expertise. I'm not really good with people or social interactions, so being a treasurer is not a way I could help the community over that hard without actually being social. So, thank you. I hope you like me again.
Are there any write-ins? Are there any write-ins? Are there any write-ins? Okay. Elections officials. No good option for treasurer this year. It is really
Keep the top secret. It's like essential, right? Is that everyone?
Anybody holding on to a ballot?
That's how it be. That's how it be.
I love it.
Hey, Chelsea, is this for your elections too?
Yeah, we just had more music. And that's literally what it was. So,
I love it. Yes. And I think this would be perfect, but this would be perfect, because no matter what happens, can you, that's right, yes, I think and those people, we need to use them, and we need to say, at the end of this, here's where the first thing, we might have to do before in small groups, but here's where you're gonna all.
Yes, and I especially also want to do last year's.
Yes, exactly.
Plus the new.
Exactly.
So.
Yes, yes,
I'll plan
absolutely,
that.
yeah.
Having received the unanimous majority of 18 votes cast, Fazio Bobby is hereby declared to have been elected. Beginning June 1st, 2024. Okay. Now. This was the fun part. Okay. I will now yield the floor to our first candidate for speaker.
Jason. Please take the floor.
And I'll remind everyone again, the magic number is 14, so you need 14 votes to win. If not, we will move to second round balloting. Third round balloting. At the fourth round, everyone will have a chance to ask one question to the candidates. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Teresa Peterson, and I would like to run for speaker. So I can't say that I've been in the speaker position at all. I don't. Oh my God, why am I starting like this? Okay. All right. I'm applying myself to be speaker of SCG because I believe I can and will make an impact. In high school, I was involved in various student-led organizations. I have 4 years of experience leading, teaching, and speaking up for people. I have founded many things like an Eradicating Youth Homelessness Coalition and an alumni association for a nonprofit organization that I was a part of. I also happen to serve as a board chair of the executive council of said organization, so I'm not new to responsibility, teamwork, leadership, and responsibility. Also, I'm a big people person. I feel like with some of the duties that the speaker has, I feel like I can take on and I can make an impact with SCG and hopefully make change within Rick. Oh yeah, thank you. And then good luck to my other.
Thank you very much, Teresa. All right. Thank you. Next, I will yield the floor to Niccolo Di Carvalho for his remarks.
I swear this shirt was tucked in when I came out here. That's fine. Hello everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Nicola Maguire Di Carvalho. But since that's a mouthful, I go by Nico. Before I start, I would like to quickly thank the E-Board and all student community government for their continued efforts in service to the RIC community, as well as that said community itself, students and faculty alike, who create the RIC we know and love today. Be bold. That is honestly a bit of an intimidating phrase. Heck, I even wrote it all in all caps on my speech. See? With such a phrase, you'd expect everybody on campus would be bold, right? Wrong. The fact is only a fraction of the students of the RIC community do anything more than show up, go to class, and go home, which is a valid choice, but in my opinion, it's a pity because it takes away from the student experience. This is unavoidable to an extent, don't get me wrong, as a commuter school, more or less, and quite frankly, I don't believe I could fully change that on my own. That's where all of you come in. Those of you that are currently here are people that I can't describe as anything but bold. I would love to work with each and every one of you in order to keep Parliament as a place everyone feels welcome in. You already see me doing that today. I make a point to say hello and attempt to learn names, though I may be a bit lacking in that, and I try my best not to project my bad day onto all of you, as that is basic human decency. In addition to that, as Speaker, I would be honored to serve on the Bylaws and Adjudication Committee. And I would excel at that as somebody who is rather experienced at remaining impartial to my personal feelings. I promise it's not because I'm depressed. Because of this, and my experiences mediating between people in various conflicts, I truly believe I would be an ideal Speaker candidate. In conclusion, I would like to share a quote from the SCG Bylaws packet. Any member of Parliament may move an impeachment against a... Wrong clause, apologies. The purposes of the corporation include serving as the official voice of the student body of Rhode Island College, advocating for said students' interests, welfare, and academic freedom. In other words, we are the ones who make the changes happen, and I'm so thankful to be here and have gotten this far. Thank you all so much.
All right, last thing. I'll yield the floor to Chris Hires.
Good evening, everyone. I'm
Perez. I stand before you today with determination as I am a candidate for the speaker role of our student community government. In this pivotal role, I pledge to uphold the values of integrity, inclusivity, and efficiency. As many of you know, the role of the speaker is not of power but of service. It is a commitment to ensure the voices of all students are heard and respected within our parliamentary proceedings. It is about fostering an environment where ideas can flourish and decisions can be made in clarity and purpose. When elected, I will dedicate myself to the facilitations of our parliamentary meetings, ensuring that they run smoothly and efficiently. I will strive to create an atmosphere of mutual respect and cooperation where every member feels empowered to contribute meaningfully to the discussions at hand. Further, as the chair of the Bylaws Committee, I understand the importance of upholding our governing principles while also adapting to the evolving needs of our student body. I will work persistently to review and propose changes that reflect the values and aspirations of our community. Additionally, I recognize the responsibility entrusted in me in overseeing incidents involving members of recognized organizations. I will approach this task with fairness, empathy, and a commitment to ensuring that justice is served while upholding the dignity and rights of all involved. As we embark on this journey together, it is crucial that we recognize the importance of diversity in our representation on campus. Our campus is of many cultures, backgrounds, and perspectives, a wave of voices waiting to be heard. And it's important that our leadership reflects this diversity. We need individuals who not only understand the struggles of our community, but also embody the experience. I will strive to create a more inclusive environment where all students feel valued, respected, and empowered to make their voices heard. My experience within SCG has equipped me with all the skills and knowledges needed to effectively lead and facilitate our parliamentary proceedings. I understand the complexity of our governing processes and am committed to ensuring that our meetings run smoothly and efficiently. Throughout this speech, I have shared my commitment to fostering inclusivity, facilitating effectively parliamentary proceedings, and championing diversity within our student committee. I firmly believe by working together, we can overcome any challenges that come our way. With your support and trust, we can build a stronger, more inclusive community, one where voices are heard, not just heard, but valued. As I humbly ask for your vote, I also ask for your partnership in realizing this vision. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you so much, Clarissa. Are there any write-ins? Hi, I read it. Okay, what's your name? I'm Tess. I would like to write it. Tess Sullivan. Okay, we have a write-in from Tess Sullivan. You can have the floor. I'm reading mine off my phone. Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tess Sullivan, and I'm a member of the class of 2026 and a social work student. My experience through SCG has been through my time in clubs. You may remember me from a couple weeks ago. I was here with programming for a constitution revision. That experience taught me a lot about the policy process and how it works. I found it to be very interesting, and that's why I want to run today. At my time at Wixon, I have worked as a secretary and now the vice president. From last year to now, we have increased our membership, have planned successful events, and have rebranded. With the knowledge I acquired from Wixon, I feel like I could bring the same success and enthusiasm to SCG. Continually, with my future work with SEC, my experience with Wixon has helped me put on amazing performances that can help with that community. Now, why should I be speaker? Number one, I love to yell. Just kidding, but I do like to talk to people, so I'll be able to connect well with other orgs and hopefully all of you. Also, I think the process of Robert's rule are integral to creating a productive meeting, and I would love to help with that. Furthermore, I think clubs are so essential to creating strong student life, so my work on bylaws would be to create a stronger community. I want to thank Gianna Delmonico for her time as speaker. Although she doesn't follow me back on Instagram, I think she's going to be and I hope to follow well in her footsteps. Thank you all so much for your time, and I wish you all fun. Thank you.
Gianna's gonna follow me right now.
Follow her.
that's what I'm looking for.
Yes, yes. So, and then,
Guys, again, I just want to remind everybody, put number 1 on the top, and also if you are to write things, the full name needs to be there spelled correctly or it will not count. It's 2 L's.
Lily Pulitzer. Yeah, I got it, Mark. I'm sure they have more manly ones, but again, if that's as much you want. Isn't it awesome? I love it. And then, if you can replace what you have your head up with the so you can keep using it. This is the best tool. That's what I'm saying.
It was much better when we had one person go pick these asshole. Because she had all the questions that everybody else on the campus. I was sweating. And she knew how to do it. It's been really since then. And it was no better.
yeah,
She's terrible. She's terrible. She told me when we had it done, and she goes, my only solution is just
and she doesn't want to do it.
and it doesn't take forever. Well, they also canceled those too. Nothing changed. And even with the fitness, I said, what's your favorite? And I said, you always have a list that you can end up with, saying, here's the steps in the order that you have to go through, and here's who you contact when things go wrong. I have offered and said things to people, and they said, well, if you don't want this, I can just go cancel that students and I put together, they can use it. Exactly. I don't care what you do, but you need to, because anybody who comes in has no idea what to call it, or not going to so I am just here's the problem. He treats you. And I told him this from the beginning. I said, you will love him. That's every president he has. But they treat everybody.
There is no majority. So, we're gonna do it again.
No, Teresa first. Not first.
Your first one?
No, we do revote before we turn
Yeah.
to speak.
Oh. We're gonna put some balance around the way. Sorry guys. There was no majority, so we will go again. Oh, this is for.
And so he was going after him, so somebody else was saying, well, I agree, and I told Patty, I said, just want you to know, I'm not gonna blindside you on this, but we're talking about it. Here was her response. She said, oh, good, because we need help. It's like, no, you don't. Yeah. And be efficient, and be efficient. Yes. And I'm not looking at you for 20 hours, but you cannot, you have to call. And she could be much more efficient too in doing this. I mean, I love that she's doing this, but oh good God, it's like 10 hours. And that makes me angry too. That's when Jerry said, you know, started talking about my faculty and back to campus. And I said,
Oh, yeah. It's holding a paddle, you'll also need a campus on
I have yet to be in a Zoom call with men where she's at.
I feel like that would be
And I have gone down there, and in fact, nobody's there, but you can't ask questions, you can't do anything.
No, yeah. Well, I looked at my I thought Mr. Z.
It's like, do something. And I said, I'm going to start telling faculty, don't do events, you know? And that's what he wants. He wants events on campus. Well, here's the other side of it too, because I wanted to engage Jane Hunter. And they had given it to the Department of Health all the prime times. So I told Jack about it. I said, look, you have limited space on this campus, and unless that's a big profit center, you need to change your priorities here. I tried to get samples to that. I said, well, take them there. You know how many days I got? 3. And it's because they're held by music, theater, and dance. And I said, look, I have to tell this organization, and I've had to cancel twice with them because that, and it falls on deaf ears. You know, Rob just goes, sorry. It's like, I agree. And it's like,
Alright guys, is anybody holding on to a ballot? Because we need 18 in there to count. Oh, yeah? Okay. Can I write in for vice president?
Yes.
So instead of like but
I'm about to do more. I will make you out.
sure they are. No. If I were given up space to the students, I'd be fine. But the idea that you reserve it until somebody makes a decision and then you never get back to it, you just tell them right off the bat, which Rob told for next fall. No. You got 3 days. It's and I said, I'm in 425 students, you know, high school students.
that's a priority.
Yeah, you might want to do that. Yeah, their admissions is going to be. I've never seen
You put one at the top.
Oh, yeah. Vacancy on the board.
There is no majority. So,
Check your votes, guys.
That's why this goes.
so I'm gonna go down the list of, yes.
Is it permissible to share the vote count that you did get?
It is up to the speaker's discretion. If, I'll take a vote. Can I make a motion to vote? Would we like to share the vote count? All in favor, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyone opposed to sharing the vote count?
We do have one.
Okay, one opposed. Joe and Barton is keeping a list of the votes. I can grab that right now.
Thank you, Arthur. Right, hopefully this will. No. That's exactly what it is.
That was yours.
All of them, or just like the top 2? No, we want all.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go down order. Teresa Peterson in round 2 has received a total of 5 votes. Nicola De Cavallo has received a total of 1 vote. Clarissa Peterson has received a total of 3 votes. And Tess Sullivan received a total of 6 votes. And let me add that 3 of them.
Yeah.
You said first place.
Teresa received 5, Nico received 1, Clarissa received 3, Tess received 6. And 3 of them were invalid because the wrong number was written at the top. That being said, after the second round of balloting, the candidates will have opportunity to address the Parliament again. You don't have to, but I will go down the order that they are on the ballots. So, Teresa, would you like to address? And then in the 4th round, it will be a question. Everybody would have an opportunity to ask the candidates a question. Whenever you're ready, Teresa.
I had to convince 9 of you here today that I should be speaker. Oh wait, is it 10? Because it's 14 plus 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta convince 10 of you.
14.
14? Alright, I gotta convince 9 of you. Okay. Why should I be speaker? I believe that I do have a big voice. Like I can be like a good speaker for other people. I love to hear other people's voices. I love to hear other people's opinions. But more importantly, I love people to feel heard, and that's one of my biggest traits is that I love everyone to feel comfortable, and I want everyone to be happy within themselves. So, throughout my role in speaker, I would like to do that.
Sorry.
Okay. Nico, would you like to address Caroline?
Hello, everyone. I would like to share with everybody that while my first speech may have been showing a bit more of my fun side, which I wanted to share first, this speech is a little more ad-libbed, honestly. and also it is hopefully more serious. Again, I'm Nicolo Di Carvalho. You can call me Nico. I've been on SCG for this year and this year alone, like the rest of the speaker candidates. However, I believe that what I have above the other speaker candidates is that I have been on almost every committee that as far as I can think of, with a couple exceptions, such as elections crew. And I have had the experience of working on all of them, at least for a time. Notably, I have worked on the PR committee for a whole semester, and I have worked on conditions and services for 2 semesters now. The reason I have switched between is not because I was fired, surprisingly, but because honestly, for most of them it was conflict of interest based, because I am in a lot of clubs right now. I will be quite honest, I am in at least 6 different clubs, other than SCG. So I'm quite involved on campus, and I believe that is one thing that I could use that would really actually help my position here. Seeing as I'm so involved on campus, I could very easily get opinions from people and converse with the general student body. I truly believe that I could be an ideal speaker candidate, even though I got 1 vote. Thank you, whoever that was. For the 2024-2025 period. Before I finish, don't clap yet. I would like to share with everybody a little phrase I live by, kind of. You've all definitely heard this phrase before, but it's not effective for students as a different one. It's kind of like, I just live by the golden rule. Like, I will very much return kindness with kindness and karma with karma, though not directly, obviously, because that's illegal. But I will very much return kindness with kindness. And I very much believe that mentality is how I've gotten this far in life. And I would very much appreciate it if you all would let me continue to get further. Thank you very much.
That's what I'm gonna do, yes. I'd like to hear something. 200? We only get 100 more than yes.
Hello everyone, I'm so grateful to be standing in front of you again as I'm running for speaker. I actually wrote a second speech for this, so I'm just going to read it from my phone. I didn't print it by accident. As we continue our journey towards shaping the future of our student community government, I am grateful for the opportunity to be standing here again. Your unwavering support this far has been the key of my journey, and I'm deeply grateful that you trust me to be up here speaking to these guys. I am eager to reaffirm you about my commitment of serving with integrity and inclusivity. Throughout this, I have shared my vision for the role of speaker, a vision grounded in the belief that every student's voice deserves to be not just heard, but valued and respected. I have pledged to facilitate our parliamentary proceedings with diligence and fairness, ensuring that all viewpoints are considered and valued. Yet beyond the procedural aspect, I am truly excited about the opportunity to bring diversity and representation through student community government. As the chair of the Bylaws Committee, I am committed to the task of ensuring the integrity of our governing principles while also driving forward necessary reforms to accommodate the evolving needs of our diverse student body. Through extensive collaboration and careful consideration, I have dedicated myself to crafting proposals and with the aspirations and values of the community that we're all in. Your vote in this election is not just a vote for me, but it's a vote for a stronger, more inclusive student body. Thank you.
Would you like to give any remarks?
I would love to.
Gosh, it's gonna be like, she's not following me back on Facebook.
That's really all I wanted to do today. Thank you all again for letting me speak. I I would really like to be speaker. I think SCG has such a great potential, and I think one of the scariest parts is it feels not inaccessible but intimidating to people who may not know about it, and it's like government, so you don't know what you're getting into. As speaker, I would like to make it more accessible to especially like incoming freshmen coming in, or even the people who don't even know about it. And I also think that my work as speaker would just help create, and like you said, like a more inclusive frame. Thank you so much.
Are there any other written candidates? Do I ask that now? No. Okay. Do I ask for the written?
No, no, the first round.
No. Okay. Elections officials? It is number 3. What number is it? 3! That's your number right in the top. Speaker. What is it? I have so many ballots.
That's how things are.
Everyone should lie, it's number 8.
What number is it?
So that would be my second.
Great.
Okay.
So, kind of put these, she has deep experience with this.
Anybody have their ballot?
Still second.
No?
I saw that.
Yeah, if anybody needs to go out, you can go out.
What's the name of it?
So
Maybe, see, this is Lily Pulitzer, I'll text it, I'll
experience
text it.
in
I'll text it.
justice.
So you get the spelling right. I mean, maybe they have more like you just
Teaching school systems globally. And so I said, look, Chris wants it to be an NCTL and I don't, because that's where things go on.
I'll do some research for you.
At least that's I think the other one could be, should go,
We'll find you one.
but not both of them.
We're gonna find you
Yeah,
one.
so I talked to her and I said,
Something amazing.
it would be helpful if you would mind going to the workshop. Thank you. Yeah, and, yeah, so thank you. I saw that.
Oh, wait, let me show you one.
So I thought she is like the perfect partner. And then I saw her to Peg. I saw Peg and she goes, I was like, okay. Well, she wants to do that. And apparently Peg had told her there would be a time. And this is the
I saw
I saw that. Yeah, that's what's going to take.
There has been no majority. I'll read the Teresa has received a total of 4 votes. Nico has received a total of 2 votes. Clarissa has received a total of 3 votes, and Tess has received a total of 9 votes. We will move on to another round of balloting. And after 2 rounds of balloting, we will go into questioning. After 2 more, so if after 2 more ballots, no one has a majority, then all but the top 2 vote receiving candidates shall be eliminated. Candidates tied will not be eliminated. In the case that there is already only 2 candidates, then there shall be a question and answer portion. Does that answer your question?
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Election officials, you're very welcome, President Jakes. It's good that my last meeting's the longest one, because I just am not ready to say goodbye yet.
8:20.
Go to first with the back.
First go to.
What number?
4.
4.
Quattro.
We're starting to think.
Also, one of the votes, guys, one of the votes was invalid. If there is to be a write-in candidate, their full name must be written correctly, and the number 4 must be at the top.
So why don't we read out
Damn. T-E-S-S space S space L-L-I-V-A-N. There's 2 L's. 2 L's. Yes.
I'd like to thank whoever just voted to double my vote.
Now, go to the back.
Yeah, then I'm not losing. That's not it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I do. I'll find out.
Everyone good?
Anyone still holding on to a ballot? Alex, did you get a ballot?
Yes.
There should be 19. Getting the steps in.
I think tomorrow the elevator is gonna be in my head.
Anything's better than the other side.
For the students to be heard by the faculty.
And
She said yeah. So they can talk about.
If everything.
yes.
And we need to hear it. Because I saw that was in the strategic plan, or strategic compass, that there were going to be opportunities for students to speak to other faculty. Because we always say that, like with authorities, that we know what they can do. So like, we have
Where is your face here?
And I think students will want to know.
Because I saw accepted students there. Yeah, it's like, wow.
I'm more I'm not gonna give up already.
the popular narrative is that the Avatar suffering and tired and our students are like, let's go. My best students came from CCB.
Hey guys.
That's right. Good.
There was no
And you didn't
majority.
have that variety there.
It's because it's hard to choose. I'm sorry. There's no majority. Yes.
What is the number needed to be from?
14.
14, thank you.
And then there are, after two more ballots, no one has a majority, then all but the top 2 vote receiving candidates shall be eliminated unless there's a tie. Anyone tied with either of the top 2 vote receiving candidates shall not be eliminated. So in this case, the results were Teresa with 4 votes, Nico with 1 vote, Clarissa with 4 votes, and Tess with 9 votes. So because the top 2 numbers were 9 and then Teresa and Clarissa tied with 4, then in this case we would drop the lowest, which is Nico. Move on to the next round of voting. If there's still no majority, then we will move to the question and answer portion, and then we will vote. And then another person was invalid because nothing was, it was blank. So that's okay. Just thought I'd add that. So we will do another round of balloting. Again, the 3 people in the running at this point are Teresa, who received 4 votes at the last round, Clarissa, who received 4 votes at the last round, and the write-in Tess, who received 9 votes at the last round. So we'll do another round of balloting. And then after that, we could take a brief break if you all would like. So, elected officials.
Let's get ourselves a speaker.
Number 5.
What number?
We've gone to 11. We've gone to 11 rounds of balloting. So let's try to keep it. No. Let your voice be heard. Number 5 on the top corner, guys.
Well, in days of yore, they win, I think, 14 rounds, but I don't remember anybody being eliminated, so they at least must have changed the ballots.
Yeah, Joan's gonna make more copies.
Is that
Everybody
everyone?
holding on to a ballot.
Anyone hold to a ballot? Ballot? Anyone still holding a ballot?
Oh, wait, that makes sense. But that's like specials that have back in the day, like those like little picky things. Yeah, it's like love that. We're probably like
I can know it if I heard it.
Are you
we learn our lunch and then Friday we go out with Sarah and Ray, and both of our then we invited Sarah, then Jack up and says,
This is the last round of balloting before it moves to question and answer. There is no majority. Sorry, guys. So sorry. There's no majority. 3 were invalid. 3 for Teresa, 4 for Clarissa, 9 for Tess. We're going to do one more round of balloting, then move to a question and answer portion. Any questions? You want to help me pass them out?
Why was it invalid?
yeah.
They wrote present.
One person checked off 3 people. One person wrote present under the write-in. And one person wrote nothing. One person voted for me.
Remember, it's
We're taking it back to
We're putting the number 6 at the top.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's
It's
really
nice, and it's just, it ended, it started.
What round is it?
Number 6.
Round 6, everyone.
Number 6.
And as we're talking about what your favorite parts of the property, or whatever, you start to learn the people who are talking about. Different stuff, and it's nice, like, because I did not know.
How about it?
Sit down, I add a whole bunch of these articles, like, it's just really nice, it's, yeah, so our little group is now. Yeah, it is. Little community around the world.
well, good. That hasn't happened.
Let's not
I'm good, but we'll do. I hope.
We work together. But you just kind of keep that bond because
And what? I'm glad people are talking.
Come on, I love that.
yes, we are. Yes, exactly. So, remember I mentioned Dolores, in place for Mexican restaurants? So we're gonna take Duke there because we're going to start working on how that. Yes, because that's something she really likes, so she's getting ready for her, so Monday.
From Massachusetts that
Yes.
and so I was telling her about the restaurant we went to. She goes, oh, let's go after the play. But the thing didn't, the play didn't. And it's divided.
Yeah. I want to go back.
So everyone, my sister went, so we thought maybe that was over there.
No. Where'd you go?
We went to the Washington Business Center.
I love that.
Almost across the street
Really,
from
I love that restaurant.
Okay.
But it wasn't as good.
There's no majority. Hey. There were 2 invalid.
Why were they invalid?
Same reasons.
Oh my God.
3 for Teresa, 5 for Clarissa, 9 for Tess. We are going to move to question and answers. We'll do Teresa if you'd like to come up and be questioned.
Oh, we wanted to make a request to do the questioning from our.
Sure. So Teresa will be the first one that will be asked questions. Every Parliament member gets 1 question to ask. Did anybody want to start, or should we just, Representative Broward?
Teresa, knowing that the petitioner speaker is one of leadership, looking back on your time in Parliament, what qualities have you learned about leadership throughout your time in Parliament?
Alright, well, I've been here for like kind of the short time that I've been here. I've learned so much. I've learned how Matt has ran things as president. We even went through how stuff kind of works on different parts of Parliament that people might not often see, and I really was interested in learning about that kind of stuff. I've been from Gianna. I did want to be a part of SOC, and I was so interested in Gianna's side of things. So I really loved Gianna's leadership. When at first I was trying to create a club, I really loved seeing how they ran their leadership. And every last one person on this e-board is such a beautiful leader in their own different ways, and they all have different strengths. And hopefully, if I was a part of the team, I would play to that. Thank you,
Alright, good job. Nico, were you next?
I think it was just
Yeah. Sharon, you want to put down your?
Oh,
Oh,
I
never.
think-
Sorry, I thought it might. Sorry.
My question is,
I feel like I've answered this question, not, but I want to be a speaker because I've seen everything Gianna does, how hard Gianna works, and how much of an impact that actually role has on Parliament, has on its members, has on the school itself, and I wish to have the same kind of impact. And I also am kind of interested in the bylaws and communications thing as well. And I feel like that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Michael?
Since you haven't been on bylaws, what have you done to make yourself familiar with it?
Okay, that's a good question. Alright, I can't lie and say I've done extensive research, like I follow Gianna, I can't say that I've done that. But I do promise as speaker to literally put my heart and soul into this position. Like when I start something, if it's possible, I really like to finish. I'm very goal driven, very ambitious, and I like to create my own little setup. So I would really make sure that I was doing good by the position and making it my priority.
Thank you. Nico, were you next?
Yes.
Put your hand down.
You've mentioned a couple things that you would like to do and you've mentioned that you'd like to help the others in the position, but I'd like to know, is there anything that you'd like to do of yourself? Is there any specific goal you're trying to reach by being speaker? I think it's my question. Like, are there any specific things you want to do as speaker to better the Rick community?
I mean, I've only been here for a time, so I have seen some things, but I haven't seen the big picture of Brick. And I feel like as speaker, I would actually get to see what Brick is as an organization and how it works. And this would be the best opportunity for me to do that. And I want to see how where the parts I need fixing are, but it makes sense.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Nico. Can you put down your hand?
Oh,
Thank you so much. Daisy.
What would you say that makes you different from the
Okay. Like I said, I'm a little bit different because I do have extensive research with leadership. So I will reiterate what I said earlier because I don't think you guys realize what I was talking about. So when I said that I was a board chair of a nonprofit organization, that's a very serious position. I was working with literal people's salaries. I was working with actual the financial aspect of the institute. I was working with their own bylaws. So I do have very big experience with that. I don't have history with this school's bylaws, but I do know what bylaws are, and I do have that research, and I do know what that looks like.
Oh, that's right. No, that's right.
Oh my God, Lydia was next.
Lydia was next.
So, speaker is one of the speaker's biggest
gets
positions
that.
on our meetings, and it can take a lot of control to take her to chaos of meetings sometimes when people have opinions that they want to be heard. So my question is, are you assertive enough to do that?
Okay, that's actually a great question. I love pulling up what I've done in the past, but that was also a position where I literally had to command the center of people's attention. So I am used to kind of making sure people feel heard, but making sure it's respectful to everyone else's everyone else. So I'm pretty good at that.
Matthew James.
Oh, that's not me.
Hi. What's your favorite food?
Okay. Right, guys, please do not give me hate for this, but okay. I love a good egg roll. I'm so sorry about that.
What are we eating to make this not real?
Alright guys, we do have quite a big, so let's get the deputy speaker. President Jakes.
Alright, thank you, Speaker Delmonico, and my question for you, Teresa, is that when any position on the executive council comes a lot with responsibility, takes a lot of time. So how would you best time and manage being speaker on top of your other responsibilities?
Okay, that's a good question. Alright, so I will say being speaker is my second priority because obviously school is first, but I have a lot of asynchronous classes, so I do have a lot more free time, whereas other people's like schedules may be more conflictable. This next semester, that wouldn't be a problem for me. And on top of work, I can kind of work that around, because usually we don't meet on the weekends, so I can kind of work that around speaker position.
I'm gonna ask the same question to all of you, because I don't think any of you were here during our first meeting of the semester, my first meeting that I ran. So the speaker has two, in my opinion, two like main responsibilities. The first is, as I think someone said, is like to control the chaos of the meetings, to command the center of it, to make sure that nothing gets out of control, and then the second is to make sure that everyone's heard. So hypothetically, if on an agenda, during the very last item, which is issues of parliament, after a very long meeting, somebody comes with 50 student concerns. 50, like a list of 50 student concerns that he gathered. Okay?
This actually happened.
Are you, A, going to allow him to read those concerns at the very end of an already long meeting? Or B, going to table, make a motion to table until a further meeting?
Alright, I'm so sorry that you guys even have to deal with that, but as for that person, I would make them feel heard in a way that, like, without wasting other people's time. No, not that it's a waste of time, but without, like, dragging the meeting on, I would say, like, hey, maybe we can take this, like, one to see where maybe I can help alleviate your concerns in more, like, private space, so that you're still heard, but you're, like,
So you would table, that's what
I
you're
would
saying?
table it, but I would
Okay.
talk to private.
Okay. We'll move on to Clarissa, who is next. Does anybody have any questions for Clarissa? First, Bobby. Thank you, Clarissa, for your responses. Sorry.
My question is, speakers don't know the essence of the bylaws, and we have to know the bylaws, and for those who don't know, the bylaws is about our ethics, constitution, and appropriation, and that is really, really important. So my question, I would first have to know the bylaws, you have to know the bylaws, you have to know the actually because you must be asked to know what
Actually, I am prepared to do that, and I have already mentioned how committed I was to the position that I'm running for. And before I came in here, I looked into bylaws and I did do my research on things. I know what I'm getting myself into beforehand, so that I know that I'm not going to back down.
I believe Teresa was next.
How are you best prepared to serve your other peers at right?
It's all about learning about your student body and who you're serving. We want to present ourselves to the student body, and we just want to be like, you know what I'm saying? It's just about like, you know who you're serving, so you have to best serve the people that you're serving. So you learn about your community and the people that you're around all the time, and that's where you're gonna serve them, is by knowing them.
Thank you. Daisy, you have a sense?
So, Teresa has mentioned some of her skills and her past roles that can kind of qualify her for the position. Do you have anything that you would say is valuable to the position?
Oh yeah, my leadership is evident inside and outside of her. So before I came here, I was in high school and I was president of my social justice club for 2 years. So that also was endless things. I spoke at the State House before. I testified at the State House before for what I feel like that is right. And I would do that for the community too. This summer I'm an orientation leader. So that also shows that there is things that I did at least to get here and to be where I'm at right now. Thank you.
I believe, Dr. Jakes, do you want to wait till the end again?
My question is the same for as I asked her. So how would you properly manage your time as in that position?
I feel like I know what I'm getting myself into, and I know that I have to put my time in places where it's valuable. And I wouldn't join something knowing I wouldn't have enough time to take it on. I'm a very organized person, as I showed you before. You see on my calendar, it's like literally hour by hour. Like I do not miss things, and I feel like just knowing what you're getting yourself into, and I know what I'm getting myself into. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nico?
Similar question that I asked to Teresa. How would you, sorry, words are failing me, I'm so sorry. Is there any specific initiative you'd like to push as speaker, and if so, how?
I feel like we have a diverse population, and I feel like a lot of things need to reflect that, and a lot of it doesn't reflect that right now. So building something that can show our diverse popularity rather than we have a lot of things that just don't show how really diverse our school is.
Sharon, I think you're next.
Yeah, similar question to Teresa. Teresa, what is your leadership style?
So I take my leadership like in a very serious way, and it shows because I'm not only a leader here at Rick, but like a leader outside of Rick. Actually, my professional portfolio at Skills USA placed #1 in Rhode Island and 18th in the country. So my portfolio speaks for itself, and that's how my leadership roles are. Even here, I'm an orientation leader, I'm on SCG, I'm on surveys and conditions committee, I'm on the PR committee. So I really back down to things that take on me. Everything in front of me.
Thank you. Olivia Luther?
I
So my
have a
question
friend.
to you is, if you were to be elected, what do you think would be the most challenging aspect of this position?
I feel like
I never got any of it except for I practically
I feel like a challenging aspect would be like, I know that, like everybody here, like I love everybody and all my friends, but like, when you're running the meetings, I know the speaker has to speak up and tell somebody when something is like not running right or like wrong. And even if they're your friend or not, I feel like, even though I see it as a challenge, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because I know how to work around it.
Alex Logan?
Yes. Can you describe a situation where you were leading an organization and there was a conflict or a challenge and how you handled it?
Yeah, so when I was leading my student board at my high school, we were preparing speeches for the State House, and one of the people dropped out last minute, and that's okay because I took on like a role and I decided to take their place and do what needs to be done because I didn't want to leave my work like without anything, you know. I didn't want to leave it in the dust. Yeah. Thank you.
And then for me, I have the same question. Do you want me to repeat it?
I remember it.
Okay.
I table it just because I read the thing, and we need to give everybody a chance to speak at Parliament. So having somebody talk for like over like that's not gonna allow everybody else to speak.
Okay, thank you. And any other questions for Clarissa? All right, now do we have any questions for Tess? All right, Michael Henninger, start us off.
So my question is, since you're so new to Parliament, how would you make sure that you know like how it works and you know everyone?
Yes. So as you all may know, I'm the now Vice President Vixen. And the biggest thing I've learned is the need to like scoop people up. I learned it at my camp, and it's basically a concept of if there's a new person, you go to them and you make them feel like a person. And just as Phil, you scoop me up, I hope to scoop you all up. I want to meet all of you, because I think you're all very interesting. It's like cool people to be doing this. And then also, I think by learning, I think I have a great sport to learn from. And also, I've been to a couple meetings, I've watched some of them, and agreed. Thank you. All right, I believe Sharon Brower is next.
Yeah, basically it's the same question as the rest of them, but leadership I can't speak. Leadership often involves making difficult decisions that may not be popular. Can you explain a time where you had to make a decision that may not have been as popular within the organization you are now?
Yes. Let me make this big. So we're a stipend board, and last semester, for budget reasons, we had to cut the stipends of a lot of people. And the biggest trick I learned is to eat this frog. And so that just means you just tell them, it's easier to say that than to go around. People appreciate the honesty, and also welcoming questions I think is so important to be more head on. Because I don't like gray area, and my number one goal to myself is honesty. So.
Clarissa. So you said you were vice president on Wings, and you want to run as speaker. How are you going to manage your time? Because speaker is a very demanding role, and being vice president is very demanding.
So what's so nice about take two. This semester, I've learned a lot about a work-life balance, and I've set really strong boundaries for myself. And so in that, through Vixen, I've been able to talk to the president, and the members know who I am, and they trust me, and they trust this decision to join this. And also I think people will trust me to be the speaker. But I believe that I'll be able to spend more time with SCG, and I'd like to just get to know them better. Thank you.
Alex, okay. Similarly to the question that I asked Clarissa, but slightly different, addressing your issue of how you say you're an honest person, have you ever actually experienced a moral conflict in your leadership that you've had to handle, and how did you handle it?
Yes. So my freshman year, I wasn't on e-board, but we had a sub board, and our one of the people in power was not doing their job. So we had to do a vote to impeach them. Yeah. And so doing that, we all had to be very confident and tell her the reasons why, and be honest with her, because she deserved to know a reason why she was being told to leave. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lydia?
So as a newer member, how familiar with the procedures and Robert's rules are you?
I'd like to think I always like to think I could learn more, and I definitely think I could, as I am newer. But I did some student government in high school where they used Robert's rules, and I had it in 8th grade. I had a great teacher who was very persistent on using it. So even in middle school, yeah. So I definitely need to learn more, but I know the basics. I think you got it as well. Thank you.
Nico?
How would you
rank your top 5 priorities, just in order,
Of,
just in general. Sorry, this is a hard one.
in life or in?
In life.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm there. Wow. I think my relationships with others has been they've given so much to me. I think it's so integral for me to give so much back to them. My relationships with, and through that, okay, number 2, I think it's like a more, number 2, if it's like a moral thing, I would say, like I said, honesty. I think clear is kind and kind is clear, and I think it is so essential to just be so honest. Number 3, I think setting boundaries for myself, self-care. I think, especially this semester, I've gone through a lot of things. I've been able to give myself some slack, but also understand, like, that I am able to still do things. Number 4, I would say the importance of, like, having a purpose. I think it's so important to, like, have a goal in life and follow it. That's why I have a 5-year plan. That's why I'm so determined to get to the 5-year master program for the social work program. And then lastly, to just the importance of giving back. I'm a social work major. I've worked as a camp counselor for so many years. Because they gave that summer camp gave so much to me, and I need to give back to it. I think it's so essential, and that's why I want to join SCGs, because Rick has given me so many opportunities, and this is such a great opportunity. And I think it's so important to give back. Thank you.
Yeah, Tracy, go first.
Wait, what was
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, because yes, sorry.
Well, we can.
Did you like raise it like for other people and I didn't see? Well, I wasn't gonna like anything. Let's be patient. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. But Tess, you have proven leadership of Wixon, then program, and you know how to handle such a big, bustling organization and do school at the same time and be successful with that. And relative to your position at Wixon being VP, you know a lot of SCG policies and the ins and outs of the processes that we do. How do you think that your leadership qualities at Wixon can then cross over to SCG? Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing about Wixon is that it doesn't work about fun. And I think I think SCG is important to be professional. But I also think it's important to, like I said earlier, how I want to make it accessible and bring more people into it. And I think with what Wixon did with recruitment and the rebrand, was able to bring more people in. I'd love to do that at SCG, because I think more hands make lighter work. So, yeah.
Thank you. And Matthew Jakes?
Let's go first.
Sorry.
Okay, alright, so I noticed that you like to say honesty is good. Now, in theory, that sounds great, but what if the honesty was not so great and you have to break it to somebody? How do you break it?
Yeah, the other day, I was at work and I got a very frustrating frustrating text from somebody else about one of my close friends. And without hesitation, I immediately called one of my best friends and I told him what he did is wrong. Because like I said, like, clear is kind and kind is clear. And because I love him, he deserved to know what he did was wrong, and that I still love him, but he needs to fix his mistakes. And I so strongly believe that message of, like, clear is kind. I learned it from my boss, and I found the same back from her, you know what I mean? Like, I would want to hear the truth, and it hurts, but I would rather someone be honest with me.
Thank you. And last but not least, Matthew Jakes.
All right, so the first question I was going to ask you already got covered by 2 other people, so I do have a different question. So again, you do have a lot of experience with Wixon, you have experience with programming, you're also very involved on campus. So what would be your biggest goals as speaker, and how would you use like your experiences from Winston and other organizations that contribute to it?
Yeah. So as speaker, I would want to do like I keep saying it, but I really want to drive home the importance of accessibility. I really want more and more people to join in. To do that, I think not to make it like just to make it less intimidating, because I think with the language we use, it could just be a lot. It's more accessible for younger people to come and join. Continually, I think through my experience in those orgs, I've been able to, like John was mentioning, both those orgs have just revisited their constitution, and I was there for both the like work and putting those in, and I was able to learn a lot through both of those experiences.
And then, would you motion to table the 50 questions, or would you allow him to speak the 50 questions?
Yes. So I think I would table it, just for the kindness of everyone. But like I said, Pierce I would go up to him and I'd say, I would just ask, like, do you think that you would have time to go through all 50 of them? Because I don't think that would be, I think whoever it is would know that it's not fair. Like they wouldn't have time to go through all 50. And it's not fair to the 50 students who wrote down the complaints. You know what I mean? They're not gonna get the appropriate response they deserve. So I think like tabling it would be fair to them. Thank you.
Raymond, if you're watching.
He was on campus today for cap and gown.
All right, that being said, I will ask the election officials to pass out the ballots. If after this round we do not have a majority, we will do one more round of balloting, and then the person with the most wins, whether it's that's what it is. No?
This is that.
Oh, this is that. So,
If there is not 14 votes,
Then
whoever
it's-
has the votes.
this is how I shoot the big bucks.
It is
Making
not
that
14 votes.
We need to
Wait, it's 7.
Is that what you would that regret?
I don't do that.
If I wasn't with Sarah, I would have joined you. Have they had,
Not yet, but I love so much. It's so good. I mean, it's hard to find really good talent.
they're really good. They're really good. The meatballs. That's what I love in
You?
I like it too. I do too. I want to buy just the Italian.
Melissa does it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did everyone turn their
I
ballots?
sent you the email.
Weird.
Ballots,
I
everyone?
just want to make sure. Should I just?
Get them up.
I did.
Okay.
I'll put it all this week. I have not had one that yet.
No.
It's all ready.
And I'm with Eric. It's reasonable. Oh, yeah. When I was new, he stopped in and then he said, let's go to lunch. I go, why did you?
It's great.
Yes, he was. And he never talked back. When people that and faculty still didn't.
When I was like,
Did I just say something real quick? So,
the students don't
have
like about
these elections, and then after that, we're seeing these elections are sign die. And for many years, we've done this process this way, and it ends up having very long meetings. So a few of us are open to exploring options to move the elections meeting to earlier, but it's
Like
not.
a week earlier this semester.
Yeah, so it's an option, we're gonna look into it, but that's not to say that it's gonna, like, I don't wanna make a promise and then we won't do it. But we're gonna explore that option because it would be more in line with what other student governments do at other colleges. So, yeah, I just wanna put that out there.
Yeah, because it's like,
Having received the majority of 12 votes cast, Tess Sullivan is hereby declared to be because I want to respect everyone's decision. We can either have a break now and then move on to Deputy Speaker, or if we want to just move on to Deputy Speaker. There's definitely going to be a break between this meeting and the Parliament meeting that we're going to be starting. So, okay, let's move forward. Any opposed to moving forward?
Yeah. Oh, you're opposed? No.
We're going to move forward. Yeah? I will call Teresa Prim-Peterson. Withdraw from Deputy Speaker?
Yeah.
Okay. I will call Nico De Carola for Deputy Speaker.
Alright. I'm sure it's getting more and more on top of more as in. It's time. Hello. For those of you who still don't know me after the previous speech, only slight judgment, my name is Nicola McGuire de Gervala. But for people that know me and aren't CBS Pharmacy, they call me Nico. Before I begin, I would like another round of applause for the 2023-2024 E-Board and those that are graduating. Congratulations. To get right into it, student community government means many things to many different people. To some, a home. To others, a job. To others, still something in between. This is what SCG means to me. But in addition, SCG is also a community, a family. And we all share the blood of potential politicians. But more importantly, we share the blood of a people that want to make change for the better. And we all know that blood is thicker than water. But not as thick as the pile of documents on President Matthew Jake's desk. I believe that I would be a good deputy speaker, perhaps even more so than a regular speaker, because, slight brag, I excel at communication. Part of which is perhaps because I'm a theater major, so I'm rather used to it. Because of it, I'm good at mediation, which would not only help me in my duties as deputy speaker, such as the Conditions and Services Committee and assisting the PR committee, but also in other occurrences, such as perhaps if I have to take over the gavel from the speaker. Hopefully that doesn't happen, just in case. Knock on wood. There are a few things I would like to do in order to improve college life in addition to my pre-existing responsibilities. First off, I would like to acknowledge that while COVID may be behind us, it still has lasting impacts on many people, students and faculty alike. If elected, I would love to help students adjust by working with the PR committee to make students' voices heard. One way I plan to do this is by making access to our suggestion box more evident, because frankly, I would not know we had a suggestion box if I didn't know we had a suggestion box. Perhaps we could partner with the Donovan Dining Center to put one in a more accessible location. This could be done to make sure that the general RIC community is aware of, and more importantly, a part of SCG's decision making by encouraging them to, quote, be bold, as they say, and speak up about the everyday issues of campus life. I would love to help you resolve conflicts and problems that may have on campus, because that's kind of my thing. More importantly, perhaps, I would love to work hand in hand with Parliament, the SCG committees, and the college committees in order to not only help the student body succeed, but to help them excel. In addition, sorry, I'm going to be a little long-winded here, I would very much like to work with the Conditions and Services Committee, if I haven't mentioned that previously, to, well, do what they do. I don't really know how better to describe it. I am the person that is most gentlemen attest to this. I'm at most of the Conditions and Services meetings, and if I'm not there, there is a very good reason that I'm not. I would also happy to take over Jen's role as elevator music, and perhaps even I could bring. This is a bribe, but I could perhaps continue Jen's role of bringing food to the Conditions and Services meeting. Slight bribe. Anyways, you don't hear that cough. In conclusion, I implore those to help me breathe life into this SCG we know and love. Thank you all so much for listening.
I'm honored to stand before you today as I'm running for Deputy Speaker. As we all know, the role of Deputy Speaker is crucial in ensuring that our voices are heard, our concerns are addressed, and our ideas are implemented effectively. Before I go into my visions and plans for the role, I want to extend my gratitude to this year's Executive Board. Their dedication and hard work has set a high standard, and I'm committed to continuing that incredible work that they have done. A special thank you goes to Deputy Speaker Gonzalez and Speaker Delmonico. Your leadership has been inspiring, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. And to our Parliament members, your contribution is what makes SCG so amazing. Throughout my time here at RIG, I have been deeply involved in various aspects of student life, and my commitment to leadership is evident. Whether it be from all my experiences and the knowledge I've gained here from SCG, or even just outside of here, I believe that my experiences have equipped me with the skills and knowledge needed to serve as your Deputy Speaker. One of the key responsibilities of the Deputy Speaker is to chair the Conditions and Services Committee, a vital forum where students' grievances and concerns are addressed. This committee serves as a platform for students to raise complaints, with suggestions, and advocate for change. If entrusted with this role, I will ensure that every complaint is heard, every suggestion is considered, and every student's voice is valued. I am proud to say that I have had the privilege of working with our current Deputy Speaker Gonzalez throughout this academic year. Serving as a member of the Terms and Conditions Services Committee, I have witnessed firsthand the dedication and passion required to fulfill the role. Together, we have worked hard to address the concerns of our fellow students on campus. If elected as Deputy Speaker, I will continue to build on this foundation of collaboration and services. I will strive to foster an inclusive and supportive environment where every student feels valued and respected. I will work to promote transparency and accountability within our student government, ensuring that decisions are made with the best interest of the entire student body in mind. But most importantly, I'm here to listen to you. Your voices, your concerns, and your ideas are what drive me to seek this position. Together, we can make a difference in shaping the future of RIC. In closing, I ask for your support and your vote during the election. With your help, I am confident we can build a more vibrant student government that truly reflects the values of our diverse student body. Thank you.
Are there any write-ins for Deputy Speaker? Are there any write-ins for Deputy Speaker? Are there any write-ins for Deputy Speaker? Thank you, Clarissa and Nico. I will ask the elections officials to come up and take ballots. What was that? Sorry. Deputy Speaker.
Number 1 here, guys. 1.
Wow. 8. If there's one out in the aisle, we know it's friends.
Thank you.
Speaker Rushton might be good.
Text me. Seriously.
Right after the elections, I
Just let me.
Okay.
I apologize, I couldn't really stay the whole way.
I know. I didn't have my second drink. Third? We had cupcakes today too, because it's admin professionals day.
I have a lot of fun.
It's important. We work together like we gotta have fun together. We laugh and cry together. It's a lot of stuff flying. So administrative professionals too, so Melissa loves, bakery, chocolate, cupcakes, so we all get together with the best friends, chocolate cupcakes, so. And, Georgia got her staff, what's that, see, we're, it's going down the hall.
Sharon's got it. I'm out of here.
Wait, why are we freaking electing you?
Oh my God. I like Caroline's the best. But my swordfish was to die for. I would like to try some of their cappuccino.
I would too.
Yes.
I love sweets.
Yeah, exactly. I love this apple.
And your drink was
Oh my
good
God,
too.
my drink was great.
That's what makes it.
Oh, they've got great food. Great options. Brazilian. That's amazing.
Having received the majority of 16 votes received, Clarissa is hereby declared to have been elected to the office of Deputy Speaker for a term of 1 year. I want to thank everybody for their speeches, and I especially want to thank Nico because you have made SCG such a fantastic place since joining, and I want to encourage you to please continue to apply for county positions and do not give up. We love you so very much. Matt,
What?
how many did you apply for before you got president?
But actually, before I got president, it took me 4 tries running for keyboard before I got second.
And now he's president.
Exactly.
So,
Second to you.
just putting it out there.
Don't worry, y'all, this is a huge staff.
You all did a phenomenal